For today's video, I'm going to be using acrylic yarn by Red Heart Yarn, measuring tape, a 425 crochet hook, some scissors, and also an elastic cord. This is optional, but you can also find it in the description. Acrylic yarn is known for stretching over time and as you work with it. So to get the perfect measurement, you're going to subtract 6 inches off whatever that may be. So for me, it is 32 inches, and 32 minus 6 is 26, which means that my waistband will be 26 inches. And then obviously as I work with it, it's going to stretch out to that perfect number I want. We're going to start from the top to the bottom. So to make the waistband, I'm just going to make a slip knot, and you can make this as thin or as thick as you want by adding more or less chains. So I'm going to start off by making a chain length of 8. Once you finish your chain length, we're going to make a half double crochet ribbing. This is going to be exactly like making a beanie. So if you already know how to do that, this is going to be really easy. So you're going to hold your chain and yarn over, go in, grab the yarn, and make a half double crochet. Yarn over, go in, grab the yarn, pull all the way through, yarn over, go in, grab the yarn, and pull all the way through. Now that I'm halfway, I'm going to crochet over this tail so that I don't have to weave it in later. So I'm just going to poke my hook in, grab this and pull it forward, and simply just crochet over it. Our first row is done, and now our tail is tucked in, and you can just simply cut it off and remove it. To start row 2, you're going to chain 1 and flip your work, and this is a little bit hard to see because I'm using black, but if you've made a beanie before, we're going to be doing the same steps. We're going to make half double crochets only on the back loops. So you're going to yarn over, you see these 2 little loops, you're going to go in between and only go through one and not both. So you're just going to go in and pull through, yarn over, go in between, grab the yarn, pull all the way through, yarn over, go in between, grab the yarn, and pull all the way through. And now repeat this until you finish this row. Row 2 is done, so I'm just going to chain 1, flip, and now I'm going to start row 3. And you're basically going to do the same thing we just did for row 2, and you're going to do this back and forth until you reach your measurement. So once I reach my 26 inches, I'll come back and let you know how many rows I ended up doing for my size. I just reached my measurement and I ended up doing 54 rows, but obviously if you're bigger or smaller than me, that might change. Now I'm going to show you how to put these together, and you're going to fold this and make sure there's no twisting. And then I'm just going to grab my hook and I'm going to chain 1, and I'm just going to flip this forward just because it's going to be easier. And then just flip your work. Again, make sure there's no twisting. And you're going to go straight in and just simply slip stitch your way up. And now that I'm finishing up, I'm just going to slip stitch and chain 1, and this is what it looks like on the inside. It's really bumpy, but then you just flip this inside out and it's smooth and seamless. So now I'm going to smoothen everything out by making a row of single crochets. So now that I've chained 1, I'm just going to go in and make a single crochet, and I'm going to make all my single crochets to be somewhat close to each other. That way my skirt looks a lot more full. So once I finish making my single crochets, I'll be switching colors and come back. Now I'm going to show you how to switch colors in a more clean and effective way. So you're just going to put your last stitch in and grab the yarn, and before you finish off the stitch, you're actually going to grab your new color and add it in. So you're just going to fold it and go in, and notice how this is all in one line. And now we're going to finish off the row. So you're just going to go in and make sure you grab both tails, the black and the red, put them forward if you need to, grab the yarn and slip stitch, and now both of these colors are locked in. You can also make a knot over here, but this is pretty secure as it is. So now I'm going to start my ruffle rows, and to do that you're going to chain 2, because we're going to be doing double crochets. So for this video, I'm going to be adding 4 double crochets in every stitch, and I think that amount of ruffles is perfect for me. But again, if you want to add more, you're free to do so, but the more stitches you add, the more ruffles is going to be, and the less stitches you add, the less it will be. And for the first row only, you're going to be working on the front loop. This is just so it helps it flare out instead of being flat. So now I'm just going to go in between this stitch over here. It's a little bit hard to see because it's black, but I'm just going to go in, grab the yarn, and make 1 and 2 loops. Yarn over, go inside the front loop, grab the yarn, pull once and twice. One more time, yarn over, front loop, grab the yarn, pull once and twice, and now I have 3 double crochets, and I'm just going to make 1 more. I'm going to crochet over this tail, and you're going to repeat making 4 double crochets in every stitch on the front loop of the first row only until you finish off this row, and then I'll show you how to switch colors again for the second row. I just finished my first row, and this is what it currently looks like, and now I'm going to start my second row, and I'm going to do the same thing I did earlier. So before I finish off the double crochet, I'm going to add in my new color, and now that stitch is fully done, and I'm simply just going to slip stitch on the first stitch, and I'm going to make sure that I get both of these tails. So I'm going to put this forward and chain 2, 1 and 2, and now I'm going to make 1 double crochet in every single stitch. This is basically what I'll be doing for the rest of the skirt. So you're going to repeat this back and forth until your liking, and once I finish that, I'll come back. I just finished my mini skirt, and I ended up doing 8 rows, and this works perfectly for me, but obviously you can do more or less to your liking. And now we're going to finish off the waistband, and I'm going to be adding an elastic cord, which you can find in the description, and also I'll be adding the jock strap. To do the jock strap, you're going to be making a chain link that is 3 times the size of your waistband. To add the elastic cord in, you're going to flip it inside out and find the seam, and this is where you're going to place it. Personally, I add the elastic cord in the bottom and then the jock strap in the top so it doesn't fold over. So I'm just going to go in, and I'm just going to place my elastic strap in the bottom and just tie it. Once you've done that, you're going to go in, grab the elastic cord and chain 1, and you're only going to be placing single crochets on the front loop only. That way they don't show up in the front. So again, front loop only, make a single crochet, front loop only, and make a single crochet. And now you're going to repeat this all around, and it doesn't show up in the front. Once I finish adding my elastic cord in, I'll come back. I just finished adding my elastic cord in, and this is how stretchy my waistband is now. And now I'm going to finish it off by adding the jock strap. And what I like to do is I grab my darning needle, and then I just loop it in every other stitch. But if you don't have a darning needle, you can also use your crochet hook for this part. So I'm just going to center it by finding the seam, and then I'm just going to fold it, and now I'm just going to go in and out of every stitch until I meet back where I started. Once this is placed, you can tie a bow, and now you're done. This is the final result, and it came out exactly how I expected, and I love it so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week.